Welcome back to Curbrash. It's been a while. We have enjoyed some time off, some fun. We have some fun to talk about actually. Nick, how are you? How you been doing?
I'm not bad. Yeah, it's
That's
been what,
good.
like three weeks? I think it's been
Yeah,
3 weeks.
something like that.
Yeah, I think
Um,
we tried to do one last week and my internet was out for literally a day.
yeah,
It was out from the morning until the evening, so it sent me back into the Stone Ages. Which was interesting because I haven't done that since I was like 9.
not had internet for a day.
Yeah, like
Mm,
I just had nothing to do but be outside.
yeah, I don't think. I think it, that would be horrible, but I don't think I've ever. I would just have to hotspot everything. I mean, I'm sure you did, but like it. Yeah, it's really a
Oh,
difficult thing.
I straight up raw dogged that Friday.
Oh
Just
my
no
god,
internet
fuck no.
at all.
Hell no. I will say,
I mean, like I had data on my phone I got to use a little bit, but no, I just went out for a
yeah,
drive, I washed the car, did chores, and went for a walk. There's nothing else to do.
I have mused. We weren't originally gonna say. I just wanted to say I have mused for a couple of years now of getting like a Japanese like K-Tai like flip phone where you can use like very simple like Android apps. Like you can open Discord and like see who messages you if like you're meeting up with a friend. But like a lot of stuff doesn't work. But like the basic apps work, so people can still contact you. But obviously it stops you. You can't scroll Instagram. You can't like all that crap. So I've thought about it for a long time, and maybe someday I'll do
I've
it.
looked at those too.
Yeah,
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 just because I like the idea of a flip phone.
yeah. I love a flip. I never owned one when they were. We're old, just in
Oh, I
case
did.
of, you know.
I
Did
had
you?
three flip phones. Yeah,
3.
yeah.
Oh
I went through
man,
three before I did what everybody else did, and I got a BlackBerry.
I never did that either. I feel like we've talked about this, but yeah, I only had the. I had a modern Nokia brick. It was like Nokia 6300. That was my first phone. So it was like it was just a. I think they called them chocolate bar phones, right? Like that style, where it would just be like some buttons and a screen, no flip.
Yeah, yeah, something like that. Yeah, I mean, my first two phones were like pay-as-you-go phones. One was just
Oh
like
yeah,
a Samsung fucking whatever. It was just literally just a flip phone. And then my second one was like a knockoff Crazer. It was a Motorola and it looked like a Crazer, but it wasn't. So I don't know what the
right.
fuck it was. And then I had the Samsung double flip, and I loved it. Literally like all time one of my favorite phones.
Damn. Is that the one where you could flip it so that the keyboard would like you had like a sort of like a
Yeah,
laptop?
you could flip it up like a normal phone for calls, and then you could flip it the other way in keyboard.
Damn.
Yeah,
I didn't
because
have
that
none of
was
that
just
shit.
when like texting was becoming a big thing. We're really aging ourselves now, but like
Yes.
just regular plain old SMS was coming into light around then. So having a phone that you could orient and use like a regular keyboard, big deal.
Do you remember I'll really age myself. Do you remember when text messages were like more like emails where you had to open each one to see the text message? And then at some
Yes.
point like it became I know with some of the phones like you're talking about like it was like a more like an instant messenger chat, but like I remember when I first got like a smartphone of any description and it was like an instant messaging chat and it blew my fucking mind. I couldn't
Yeah,
believe it.
because before that it was literally just like messages weren't saved as chats. You just got one after the. So
Yeah.
like if you were messaging somebody and like somebody else messaged you during that conversation, it would just show up in the list in between
Yeah. Every message was
everything
its
you're.
own entry. Like
Yeah.
it yeah. What a horrible
Yeah.
time.
Oh,
I
it was hilarious. And or like if you didn't have a phone with a keyboard and you had to like JKL and hit the button 4 times to get to the
dude,
letter you wanted.
touch typing was insane. I remember because
Oh,
I didn't I'm really dating myself, but like I remember when I got my first well, both of us. I remember when I got my first like full keyboard, like QWERTY keyboard phone as they called them in that
yeah.
era. And I was just like mind boggled, right? I also remember getting a my favorite phone. It wasn't the best phone. It was my favorite smartphone. I got a Motorola Spice. I love that fucking name, Spice.
Yeah,
It
that's
was like
crazy.
a BlackBerry torch knockoff where it had the sliding thing, and like it was just like it compacted down to like this nice form factor. that just like slip in your pocket kind of thing, and then
Yeah.
you could pop out a full keyboard, and I loved it because like now we have phones that you lock the orientation. Look, I know you're listening and you're smirking and you're thinking these old
Yeah.
fucks, but before there was a point where you couldn't lock a phone's orientation. So if you like laid down with your phone and you were like laying on your side looking at it, and then you
Which is flip.
it would flip. But if you had the keyboard open, it wouldn't flip. So that was I was like, oh.
Yep. I remember touch typing was crazy because, I mean, for the younger audience, phones used to have physical keyboards and all the
Mhm.
buttons were on them. So having a phone in school used to be a much bigger deal, and it was not allowed anywhere. But we did it anyways, and basically you would have to like sneak read the message quickly, and then you could just like touch type it while staring at the board, pretending like you're paying attention, and you would get every single letter correct.
Yeah. You would also go clatter, clatter, clatter as you typed it, and like
Yes.
it was so loud. Yeah. It's I do miss the
Or like
pre-smartphone world, I will say though.
before we had wireless earbuds and you had to like route the cable up the back of your shirt out of your collar and over your ear,
Yeah.
and then you'd hide
No.
it with your sleeve in class.
You remember I like when MP3 players were a separate, it was just like a separate thing that you had on you.
It was just, well, yeah, because like I had the flip phone and I had the first gen iPod Nano,
Wow.
because
I
you couldn't
remember.
store music on your phone, so you had your phone and that was just for calling and texting
I
and
could
taking
store
really
music
blurry
on my
pictures.
phone, but I forget why I didn't. Because like it had full like you remember the Walkman phones, right? Because they had the Sony
Yeah, yeah,
Walkman
those were like
phones.
those and those like the Ericsson phones and the
That's
LG
the one.
chocolate
Yeah.
and stuff like that.
The LG chocolate I still think is a beautiful. It's just a good looking phone. Like of its era, it's
It
like
is
one of
it is a really nice looking phone.
if you don't know what that looks like, which I'm sure you don't, young person, the LG chocolate was the epitome of the sliding phone pre-QWERTY keyboard. It was perfection. It looks like every fantasy you have of the early 2000s, especially the black with the red interior. Oh shit, buddy. That shit looks like a Lexus.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Tech design, like honestly, tech design has really gone downhill
100%.
since this era.
But the one I'm thinking, okay, apparently it's an LG chocolate BL20. Because there's the original chocolate is like the VX85 or something. The
Yeah, no,
BL20
I know
is the best
exactly what
one.
you're thinking of. That's got like it's
Cool.
all touchscreen sort of on the
Yeah,
front for
except for the button.
capacitive touch.
Yeah, that's the shit right there. I will say phone OSs. Why this is not car related. That's fine. All of this to say, even Bluetooth in cars used to be such a fucking pain. Like it used you were lucky if you got an aux cable. Like, but I remember also like there was a lot of cars like I think a lot of like early 10th gen Lancers, like they didn't have an auxiliary input. They only had an iPod connector, which as we
Yes, because
know,
they used to have that like proprietary cable with the clip.
yeah, the 20
Yep.
30 pin, something like that.
It was a fucking wide boy.
Yeah, there's every iPhone connector is garbage. So I don't know, but yeah,
Of course,
no,
the one
like
that I was getting was the last year before they went to USB-C.
of course. Yeah, I'm glad they're forced onto that now, and then they'll make it like they did it on, they did you a favor, which is really annoying. But
Yeah, I really liked my BlackBerry Pearl.
yeah,
That was like it was like just before smartphones. It was like a little bit smart,
yeah,
but like people with iMessage today will have no idea how much of a bigger deal it was having BBM. You were like royalty if you had BBM.
it was really infuriating because for BBM to function, you needed data, so like
Yes.
and a
And
good
you
phone
needed a
plan,
BlackBerry.
and you needed a BlackBerry, so it was like an exclusive club. I was not a part of the club. Nick was. He looked down on
Good club to
peasants
be
like
in,
me.
good company.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I will say I don't miss um I don't miss like touch typing. Like it's nostalgic, but like I'll be honest, I have no desire to actually text people. But I don't text people that much. So I feel like if I got a Japanese Keitai, I could stick it in my eventual 90s JDM car. I could feel, very, nostalgic for something I never experienced.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I love watching like the Wangan Midnight movies where you see like they have like the stand in the car for like the flip phone and it's open and they're talking to someone on their Bluetooth headset and you're like, fuck.
Good anime too. They didn't have
Yeah.
any of that in the anime, but good anime. I enjoyed that
No.
anime.
It was in the live action, which you can find on YouTube, I think, still if you search it. So
Yeah.
I do like the
Or like
music from
those
that one.
very brief moments of Tokyo Drift where they whip out the flip phone to record the
Yeah. Record the 1 FPS night shot of like a blurry white blob going left and right. You would we talked about this, but like the flip phones doing anything that flip phones couldn't do in movies and anime and TV is like so of its
I
era.
know.
Oh my god.
Yeah, like the footage you used to be able to record on a flip phone, like 144p doesn't even
No.
begin to describe how bad that quality was.
And it was 3GP files. Like that was what the
Yeah.
video files were. Yeah. Wild. Okay, I'm just curious about the 3GP format. Yeah, this is a real piece of shit. Disgusting. Yeah. It's anyway, all of this it is a good segue because it's actually a terrible segue. But in that era, if you wanted to do communication across cars, you would need walkie-talkies, which also have not changed in 30 fucking years, maybe 40 years. So they got smaller. That's about it.
Good example of a perfected technology.
Yes, absolutely. Consumer grade walkie-talkies are as good as they're ever going to be. And then you could step up to like the ones that have more range. They're as good as they're ever going to be. So the reason we bring this up is we had a trip up north and we had a lot of fun. We went on some driving and
Yeah.
I didn't have enough walkie-talkies, so I said I'm not going to bring them because then obviously not everybody could have one. We took a group of 5 up for a nice drive in the north of Ontario. But we decided, hey, let's give we're Northern Ontario, if you know, you know, but to give for you person who's living in Southern Arizona or something who's listening, the data connections up here are terrible. They're shit. You could be near a large city, but if you're slightly out of it, good fucking luck. It's not like the States where you have signal fucking everywhere. So we wanted to try it. We all jumped in a Discord call, right, to see if we could sort of have comms as we drive up north. And I'm not going to lie, it made it about 700 times more fun to make fun of people as we drove, to like just sort of direct and do what we're doing. Like even the situations where you almost get killed on the road, very funny. Very funny to watch a friend nearly get fucking T-boned, but you're laughing about it the whole time because it didn't happen. Or almost get killed by an 18-wheeler.
Yes, in one instance.
In one instance. It was a lot of fun. And we went on some really, really nice drives, some really nice roads. Little rocky, little unpaved, little they were not well maintained.
Apparently being repaved entirely for next year.
Yes. Of course, just our luck that
good. But yeah, like Discord worked surprisingly well, save for like, I don't know, one small area about as far north as we got. It was kind of spotty. But other than that, it worked really well.
No, it was surprisingly good. It was like pretty clear. And I after experiencing that level of fun, and I would recommend this for anybody, I don't want to go on cruises and not be talking shit the whole time in the future. Like that has become almost that. We may swap to walkie-talkies, I think, just because of, just like obviously if you're all on, like it kind of like eats up your battery, and it really eats your battery. It kind of makes even if like mine was plugged into my Android Auto the whole time, and my phone was like a molten rock. Like it was so fucking hot. You can't do so many things at once.
Yeah, mine wasn't. I didn't have to plug mine in until we were, I think, on the way back. But still, like it ate my battery.
Yeah.
Like normally I can get like a day and a half on a charge because I barely even use my phone anymore. But
yeah, I already have problems enough with my phone battery, just because I'm like, you know what, I'm not gonna get another phone, and this one I'm getting through most of my day just fine. When it starts to become a serious problem for me, I may consider a new phone. but it's already a problem. So I'm usually plugged in anyway in my car. But yeah, that if I was not plugged in, I could see that my phone dying super quickly. So, but lots of fun, super fucking fun. I would do it again. And if you have a group of friends that you maybe go on drives with and you haven't done comms before, do it. It's a lot of fun, and honestly, it keeps you a little bit safer. You can look out for things like you were leading, obviously, Nick. You can look
Yeah.
out for shit on the road. You can call it out, like like if even especially if there's cars coming around like a tight turn, even if you're gonna stay in your lane, it's nice to know so it doesn't scare you and then cause you to like jerk the wheel or something. So it was good. It was great. Do you have any takeaways on your end, or is that mostly what it is?
Yeah, no, that about line like it was really fun. I think that's the first time that we've done, like, normally we stay around sort of the city. That was the first time where it was sort of like this is going to be in basically all day thing.
Yeah,
Um yeah. And then we ran into the whatever MG club of, I don't even know, wherever, but there were a lot of them.
yeah, a lot of MG. Are they midgets
I don't
or what the hell are
idea.
they? Spitfires? I don't. We don't really give a shit about old British cars. It's kind of a black hole in my knowledge. I know the
Fuck.
brands. That's about it, which is
I,
a bit embarrassing, I suppose. But
MGBs. They were
MGBs, okay.
MGBs. I had to look it up.
But yeah,
A
they were
lot of fucking MGBs.
yeah, lots. They were it's funny actually, like the weekend after we went on our cruise, I was in my area and there was a British car weekend and it was a lot of MGBs. I'm like, is it the
Yeah,
same
you know what?
guys?
I've been to that before because they do like a show every year. And honestly, like it's pretty cool. You see a lot of stuff there that you wouldn't otherwise see. Um, I mean, like I'm generally not like a huge MG fan, but like lots of Lotuses, like old ones, like Lands and Esprits. Like, when do you ever see an Esprit? Really?
Sprees are I love Sprees so much.
They're
So.
so good. I love Esprits.
Didn't you say what was it that
I had,
you were shopping for one?
yeah, like if I had one extra vacant, maybe garage space for a project item, I'd maybe do a V8 Esprit. That
Yeah.
would be a
No, I feel
fun
you.
car to have. Timing belt though. So I mean, I'm a sucker for punishment, I guess. Love me a timing belt.
Yeah, no, I mean, at
Just
least
did
then
the
you
MR.
could
Can get a 10,000 bill on my Lotus now too.
on your Lotus exactly. It's, all in the family or whatever they say. Just the
Yeah,
siblings, same problem, same
yeah,
dysfunctions.
absolutely. Which the MR2 is running well now. It is.
Good, finally.
I've put some miles on it. It is not burning anywhere near as much oil as it was before. So the valve stem seals were cooked.
Do you want to discuss what you found when you got your car back?
Oh, um,
We didn't tell
or
anybody.
maybe what I didn't find.
Yeah.
So, and like again, I don't know if these just weren't, if they were
Installed.
forgotten, or if they just came out at some point after I got it. Um, but as I do after I brought the car home, I put about, I don't know, 1,000 kilometers on it, and I was like, all right, let's put it up on the lift and just make sure things are okay. And I put it up on the lift, and things were mostly okay. Um, there was some bolts missing. Notably, notably, so how the MR2's exhaust works is at the very back of the catback, there's like hangers, and then there's bolts that go through them that actually hold the catback portion up to the body. One of those just left the chat. I don't know if they forgot to put it in or if it just fell out at some point after bringing it home, but it was gone. The other one was like on its way out of the chat. So the nut that holds it in place was already gone, and the bolt was like 60% of the way backed out. So I had to go find some nuts and bolts for that. And then I put the new turbo drain on the car. Um, and one of the bolts from that was also missing, which is bad.
Yes, it's very dangerous.
That could have potentially been a fire at some point. But credit to Black Sheep Industries, that bitch wasn't leaking. So I found a bolt and put it in, and all is well.
We're glad you didn't go up in flames, but it is really funny that after all of that, because you had it. So when you told me the story, you'd had it home for like a week at that point, right?
No, so that was just like literally like a week and a half ago. So I had the car for like a month and a
Okay, a
half at that
month.
point.
Yeah. So it is.
I
It's
had enough time to put about 1,000-ish kilometers on it, a little more
okay,
than 1,000.
which is totally fair. We're not saying that the shop tried to kill Nick or that they did a bad job or anything. It's just kind of hilarious. Well, who knows? Maybe they didn't put something in, but it's not there. It could have rattled out.
Just things were missing. And like it was making like a weird rattly noise at one point from the exhaust, because like obviously when the one bolt came out and the other one was on its way out, it was moving in ways that it wouldn't anymore. So there was like a high pitched rattle that only happened sometimes at idle. And I was like, that's fucking weird. That wasn't there before. But like it stopped whenever I just even touch the exhaust tip with my foot. So I was like, oh, I better take a look.
Hey man, it might have saved your life.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. So always check over your stuff if you have the capability to do it, because you never know. And that's just a general thing for installing stuff, right? Like stuff can back out. You may have to re-torque it down. I mean, even say with wheels, right? When you put your wheels on, you drive 50 kilometers, re-torque that bitch.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, always good to double check the bolts every time you do a job.
Yeah. So we can move it along. I wanted to talk about this because it's just something that's interesting to me, and I'm in the automotive industry in some way, shape, and form. So like having discussions with people who I wouldn't call them maybe decision makers, but who maybe like are very close to it and they still don't understand why this is a bad thing, is shocking. And then I'm like, well, maybe we, with our obviously extensive reach, should have a discussion as to why we think this is a bad thing. So Chinese EVs are very cheap. This is not going to be a shredding of EVs. We're not doing that. But if you are in the market for an EV and you see that Chinese EVs, which are not yet on our shores, you can have them. Oh, you could sell them for $15,000, $20,000, $25,000 for these. So they say, and so they look. Let's be honest, Tesla competitors, right? And people are like, why? Why can't we bring Chinese EVs into Canada? Right? Why can't we do that? What's wrong with that? They're so cheap, right? So, I don't know how to say this, so I'll just say it bluntly.
I mean, we should probably preface it with, I'm sure everybody knows by now, but we don't like Tesla.
No,
We're not saying this because we care about Tesla's survival.
not even a little bit. It's not that. But to understand why that's not possible, you need to look at basically, any industry that China gets involved in, I guess. When a state subsidizes, I even want to go simpler than that. The way that this was going to work, the way that if we let them in, this is how it's going to work. They're going to come in, they're going to sell their EVs for 15 to 20K. They're going to flood the market. They're going to stop you or your friend or your mom or your sister from buying whatever, a Tesla, a conventional
Whatever
manufacturer
other EV that is probably in the $40,000 to $90,000 range.
Yeah, people are going to stop buying other brands. They're going to saturate the market. They're going to kill every bit of competition, right? And you're like, well, why not? Because it's cheap. It's cheap because the Chinese government is subsidizing it heavily. Once you have market share and control, then you raise the prices and everybody else will be nowhere to speak of. They'll be all dead. You'll have killed every other manufacturer. I am all for competition if they were not so heavily subsidized, right? And people say, I don't like this either. People say shit like, oh, Lucid is subsidized. Like, not fucking really. They have an investment from the Saudis, yes.
Yeah.
But
It's
Lucids are
nowhere near the level of
120K.
yes. Subsidization,
You got it.
that is a word, I think, as the Chinese.
No, it's not the same level. There's a heavy investment. It's not subsidized. We're talking about eating the loss, right? This company is going to continue operating and fucking doing whatever they want, and the government will pick up the tab so that they can get their foothold. China is a scary, scary superpower when it comes to subsidizing things and maintaining state control. We're not here to talk about China and their politics, though I'm not their biggest fan, but I don't want to see conventional automotive manufacturers who do not have the advantage of heavy subsidy from a dictator government. Whatever, we're going to get shit for that. I'm not sorry. Like, you can't compete. You can't compete with that. I can't. There's no world where you're ever going to be able to sell a car for that amount of money unless somebody else is footing the bill. So let them flood us in. We let them flood us in, right? And just fucking everybody's buying a fucking BYD or whatever the fuck it is, right? You're going to end up with, they're already not doing well. Chevrolet, GM, they're already not doing well, right? The Japanese manufacturers, they'll probably survive, but they're going to be heavily crippled.
I think will be fine for the most part. They would just start leaning more back into ICE stuff. I think, anyways. ICE or like hybrid electric, like the RAV4 Prime type shit.
I agree, but I will say people are dumb enough that I think that it would be a heavy hit even for the Japanese and for the Europeans.
I don't disagree. I just think that them and the Europeans would be able to weather it much better. Or they would be able to weather it. GM, Dodge, Chrysler, and Ford would probably need a bailout. I personally think that we should just let them tank if that's how it's going to go. But
I agree, but I think that I don't believe in I'm all for like competition, but I don't believe in a market where like a government that does shady shit is like subsidizing the takeover of our market. That's what that is.
Yeah, I probably should have phrased that differently. In a fair market, I feel like if you're non-competitive and you're going to go under, then you should just be allowed to go under. Like I don't
agree.
think we should be bailing out manufacturers.
I don't think they should have bailed out the American manufacturers in 2008. Personally,
I don't think they should have either.
I think they should have. Like, I think that there is a lot there. If you want a history of GM and its mismanagement and everything that goes into it, regular car reviews video on that is really, really good actually. But if you can't survive, if you can't be profitable and sustain and not be a terrible company, rot, like whatever. But like I believe in a fair market. Like they have to be able to like sell. Those BYDs should be like 10 15k more than they actually are. Like if a 20 25k, they should be like 40, which I would be happy to let them in and compete, but they're not going to do that. They're not going to price it at 40. They want to starve every other manufacturer. Not that I love Tesla, but again, like I don't like we are the biggest Tesla haters. I don't really give a shit if they survive, but I don't believe in unfair competition that's going to end up with like a Chinese complete like coverage of the market. Like that doesn't make sense.
I'd go far as to say I think we actively don't want them to survive.
Yeah, no, I would love it if they disappeared. I mean, it's purely on Tesla's back that the EV race began. That's that's it. There's no Tesla launching a successful product and scaling it down like more and more affordable product is the Franz Ferdinand to this electric world war. I think personally, it's a shot heard around the world, and I
also just think at this point they're just really cruising on the initial success of like the Model S, and Y, but as a product, they're built horribly.
No, they're built even the Model S are terrible. I've enjoyed the I'm using the word lightly, but I've been in Model S's, Model X. Pretty much I think the only one I haven't been in is the Model Y, and a Cybertruck, but I've no desire.
I have no desire to ever be in a Cybertruck.
I don't want to. Every time I see one, it ruins my day. It ruins my fucking day. It's like you ever like really excited to eat your favorite food, and then like I don't know, like you drop it on the floor, it's like rotten or something. You're just like, oh, I was happy, and then you did this to me.
The next like at least 8 to 10 hours are just
They're just a
finished.
frown. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm yeah, that's how I am with them. But I they've always been built terribly. Again, this is not about whether it's electric or not. They've been built terribly. I've had coworkers who were big into EVs early on, and they went with anything but a Tesla during the Model S being their like big car era. Like they are built like garbage. Everything, the finishes are terrible. And as far as the Model 3 goes, not having a dash makes me physically ill. I'm never gonna get over that. That shit needs a dash.
Yeah, I hate that
Disgusting.
stupid fucking yoke steering wheel. It's so.
Oh my god, what a loser. It's like, oh, I want this for my boat. Like, shut up. It's disgusting. I don't even give a shit about. This is not even about. Oh, dude, they're standing up. They don't like Elon. It's not what it's about. I just hate Tesla. Just don't like it.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, like, I don't like Elon either, but like, that's
Neither here nor there.
irrespective of my hate for Tesla.
Yeah.
I hate them both separately.
Yeah. 100%. So.
Yeah. Like, Jesus Christ could be the head of Tesla, and I still wouldn't like Tesla.
I fully. He could come back and be like, buy a Tesla. And I'm like, what's Lucifer doing? Like, because I'm not interested. Okay. Okay. We're done. But like, it's actually a good segue because we feel like, I feel like, and there's a lot of articles that are coming out recently about how autopilot is actually a complete fraud. It's more like a level 2 autonomy. It's like, we agree. We know this.
Yeah,
we know
that the only
is.
company that has high level autonomy is Mercedes-Benz.
Is it?
I think.
Right. There's that one taxi.
There's Mercedes-Benz, and well, Waymo is something separate.
Right. You mean like from a manufacturer?
But like in a consumer product that you can go out and buy, I think like Mercedes-Benz and potentially, I forget who Blue Cruise belongs to. It's either GM or Ford, but apparently it's quite good.
Okay. I don't even know if that's necessarily.
But yes, Tesla's autopilot is a horrid system.
No, like they're all nonsense. That's the thing. They are all nonsense. Want to make that clear. But they're not full autonomy. I think it is dangerous to give the name autopilot. Like I've always thought that it's a dangerous marketing stunt.
Yeah.
But
as they are like really, really good radar cruise control.
That's all it is.
That's how I would treat it. I don't think I'd ever like use one and do anything other than watch the road and what the car is doing.
Yeah, I think people like there was a video like this a while ago. This is old as shit now, but like the videos of people like sleeping, like while their car is doing autopilot shit.
Oh yeah, not a chance.
I would call the
cops. It also falls apart as soon as like the weather's bad.
Love it. 10 out of 10. The time when you need assistance, it goes
yeah.
Terrible fucking
because it relies on cameras that can't see the road markings when they're covered by water and reflecting light, or they're just covered by snow and other shit.
My favorite is that they downgrade because originally, we'll say this and we'll move on. I promise. Originally, it was like radar around the whole thing plus cameras, and then they just did cameras, and then they got cameras that are lower resolution because it was cost saving, but they don't have the same field of view and capacity to pick up like objects and like road lines and stuff like that. So it's like slowly downgrading. Perfect. Yeah.
That's what I want to share the road with.
Absolutely. We talk about people with shittily maintained cars. I'm more afraid of these fucks. So that's just me. But it is a good transition because we wanted to talk about automotive snake oil, right? As a broad topic. We got a couple of fun products, and we'll talk a little bit about them. But I'll let you start because I'm way too mean about it. But like so what? Let's quantify what this is. It's not necessarily always a scam, but it is a product that maybe either it does nothing.
All of these products are boomer bait.
Yes, that's a really good way to describe it. Either they're literally a scam, or they do something, but it's not like anything substantial, or it's actively harming your vehicle in one case. So we could start. Would you like to tell the magic fuse?
We're going to start with the magic fuse.
What were you going to start with?
I was going to start with Z-Bart because it's probably the most. It's like the most legitimate.
Right.
gimmicky crap because it's literally a chain. Like they have multiple. It's a huge business
Right.
that they've conned people into, but like it is literally garbage. So for people who don't know what Z-Bart is, um, it's probably more popular in like the Rust Belt or the Northeast, I guess, or in Canada, anywhere we use salt. But basically, it's an undercoating. So think like Crown or Fluid Film, Honey Seal, shouts out, um,
Yeah.
stuff like that. Um, but where those types of coatings are oil based or fluid or waxy, they're porous and breathable. Like they protect your car, but they don't trap things behind them. Z-Bart is like it sprays on thick black and then it dries like a hard rubberized coating. Um, so what that means is when they spray it all over your wonderful electrical lines and connectors and brake lines and all of that fun stuff, it basically ruins them. Like you're never going to be able to service them or anything like that because you're never going to get that shit off of them without damaging them. Um, but what it means is that because of, all the different areas under a car and the angles and everything, you can't really truly fully cover everything. Um, and because of the nature of what Z-Bart is, it they aren't lying. It doesn't allow anything in,
Yeah.
but it doesn't allow anything out. So in all of those areas that get missed when you're getting your car sprayed with Z-Bart, um, eventually water is going to start seeping in between the coating and the metal.
Yeah.
And then it just sits there slowly rotting your car out from the inside. And the best part is you would have no idea because you look under your car and it just looks like black. It's like, oh, this is in wonderful condition. But behind that, it's just rust and death.
Yeah.
And eventually you can just start like poking through it with a screwdriver. Like
Yeah.
it just kills your car.
If you want to visualize it, it's kind of like when you have, if you were to have an orange, you were to peel off just a tiny little corner. But if you were to like run it under a tap or something, the water would start to travel under the peel, right? And over time, it would rot the orange. So similar thing. Once it gets in there, it fucking stays in there, and it just rots away, which is hilarious. You paid money for that, so that's a pretty bad one. And they still
Oh yeah.
operate. They're still out there doing their
Oh yeah.
thing.
Like there's chains. I'm pretty sure there's one or two in like southern Ontario.
Hmm.
Yeah. The best way to like describe Z-Bart is think of like the stuff you'd line a truck bed with. It's similar to that. Like it's a coating that dries hard
That's what I was
and
thinking.
it
That it's
doesn't
like a
let
truck bed
water
liner.
in, but it doesn't let water out.
Yeah. Oh boy. Yeah, that's a pretty bad one. Don't do that. I'm it's not the same thing, but as far as rust proofing, if you have a vehicle that you like, maybe you're an enthusiast, honey seal is the best option, I guess. But it can be pricey, which is understandable because they do clean off the bottom of the car, they dry ice the car, and then they seal it.
Yeah.
But if you
The
don't
way
have it, mm-hmm.
the way I always describe it is it's like if it's your car that you want to keep for a really long time and it's like I don't know, like what the Supra or the MR2 is to me, then like sure, spend the money, get it dry ice blasted, get it honey sealed. It's not a coating that you need to get like re-upped every year or anything like that. It lasts a long time and you pay for it as such. Um, if it's just a daily and you want to keep it in good condition, like you can just get it crowned or fluid filmed once a year and it'll be
Yeah,
fine.
or rust checked. I think that's another one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just if you do get it crowned or fluid filmed, I'm generally not a huge fan of them like drilling into your doors and
No,
stuff. Just get the underspray.
no. Don't get anything drilled if you go there, and they'll tell you, oh, we need to get. No, you don't. No, you
Yeah.
don't.
Like I'm honestly like I'm sure it works just fine. It's just I don't want new holes in my car.
No, it's completely reasonable not to want that. So, installed by some random technician, some minimum wage high school student. No, I'm good. You won't be drilling my car. Okay. Well, that's a pretty good one. Stay away from Z-Bart. That's our endorsement. What would you like to do?
Yeah.
Which one would you like next? You know the other three that we wanted to talk about.
Oh fuck, they're all
Magic Fuse, maybe we leave to last because I think it can spiral into a much larger conversation. But
okay.
let's. You can do Pedal Commander, and then I'll do Tornado Air because I do understand Tornado Air, even though it's your thing,
so,
really.
So I guess we can do the Pedal Commander next because it's probably the next most legitimate item on the list. But basically, like the Pedal Commander is like, I don't know, it's like $400 or something, or $500 Canadian. It's a ridiculous price. It's fucking stupid. And it literally does nothing. Like all it does is allow you to adjust on a drive-by-wire car how much the throttle opens for how much you're pressing the pedal. So you can make your car feel so much faster by using the Pedal Commander to say, well, I want my throttle to open 80% when I press the pedal down 10%. And then somehow they've spinned that and conned people into, oh, it unlocks so much more power. No, it doesn't. It just changes. It changes how much throttle opening you get for how much pedal
In simple terms,
input you've given.
It's basically I can just make the computer open, make it the behavior of pushing the throttle fully down, pedal all the way to the floor, but when it's at half pedal down. So then you're like, whoa, my car is so fast at half pedal. That's just full pedal, but you just trick the computer into doing it sooner. That's all you're doing.
Yeah.
That's the only function.
Like if you get an actual tune, you can usually tune your throttle tables and stuff as well. Or if your car's just stock, you can just push the pedal down farther and it'll do the same thing.
$400 saved every time.
Yeah.
Piece of garbage. But we don't need to even dwell on that. There's a lot of garbage like that that's like it does something. It's just not helpful to you in any way, shape, or form. It's silly. This one does nothing though. So Nick informed me about Tornado Air, and I'll do my best to explain what such a thing is. For those who have never heard that name, and if you're younger, you may not have heard of this before. I actually have not heard of this, but I think that has nothing to do with how old I am. But, whatever. I hadn't heard of it. But it appears that a company has tricked ABC News into covering their snake oil product. So what is Tornado Air? Tornado Air, allegedly. So Tornado Air is basically, if you imagine the part where the air comes into your car, like on the intake, there's a pipe, right, that would go into the throttle body, right? So you have your intake, throttle body.
Yeah.
Right. In the middle of that, they have said the best thing for you in order to increase power and efficiency. I can't even describe. It looks like a metal fan in a metal casing. It's almost like you attach it to the end of the pipe and it goes in between the intake and the throttle body, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, it's like it sits in the intake tract post filter.
Yeah.
So yeah, between like the actual intake box and the throttle body.
So it is basically like a fan that doesn't actually spin. It maybe like a vortex generator. All it does is it sits in there and allegedly somehow improves everyday driving with more power and mileage. How? I don't know.
Couldn't fucking tell you.
There's no explanation.
You know what it looks like to me? It looks like something where, like, if you pulled the exhaust off your dryer, this would just fall out.
Yeah, it does. It genuinely does. If you've never seen it, Google it, look it up, tornadoair.com. Don't buy it, but
yeah, it literally looks like something you would go get at Home Depot because you needed to fix something in your laundry
sort of
room.
ducting. Which I would not be shocked if that's where they got it. Because, like, that's the only explanation. I don't know what it
literally, like, it doesn't move. It's not like those stupid old fucking things that people be like, oh, you put this in your intake and it's got a little blade that spins, and like it's basically like a turbo. You get 0.3 psi. No.
Yeah.
It's just a piece of metal that sits there and it's got 3 static blades that are supposed to somehow redirect the air in your intake tract and smoothen out the flow, and you get better fuel mileage as a result.
Yeah, you just stick it in your intake tract. That's it. It's not like it doesn't. It's actually not even a piece. It's inside of it, inside your intake. What the fuck is that?
Yeah.
This is crazy. Oh
Yeah.
man, we
So
gotta
when it
start scanning people.
disintegrates, it goes right into your engine.
Oh yeah, when it falls apart, and it will. No way they have a
This,
carburetor version. No
this thing is
way.
definitely. Do they really?
They do.
They don't have a fucking carburetor
They
version, really?
do. Oh, they've removed it. They have the installation guide
Oh,
for the carburetor version, which apparently you open it up and then where the filter goes, like I guess there's space in the center and you drop it in the center. It's
that's
just
crazy.
metal blockage. That's all it is.
That's crazy.
And all
I'm
net,
sure this is made of like the top quality, like one best 100% pure Chinesium you could possibly get.
do you know how much this $90 US for this top quality Chinesium?
Yeah, my favorite part is that one of the install instructions or notes is reset your trip meter.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, good. Perfect. Arrow must point to engine. All right. This is the silliest thing I've ever seen in my life. But yeah, snake
The arrow
oil.
doesn't point to the engine, your car implodes.
Yeah. Well, because the blades probably because they just slot into these holes along the side. They just go flying into your fucking engine and collide with your fucking throttle body. This is insane. Yeah. Anyway, so that's there's literally nothing else to say. It's just nonsense. It's just a weird nonsense product. All right. Would you like to do magic fuse? Because I think this would spiral into a further discussion, but we're gonna try to keep it tight. Tell me about magic. Sell me on magic
So,
fuse.
oh Jesus fucking! I don't think I can. I'm a pretty good salesman, I think.
Yeah.
I don't think I could sell anyone on Magic Fuse. Um, Magic Fuse is like it's a product hawked by Max Orido, and he's really leaning on his name to sell this one, I think.
He has a track record
But
of this.
basically, Magic Fuse are they're literally just fuses called Magical Fuse. And what they say is that these fuses are of higher quality because they don't have any sort of other electrical noise, or they don't discharge any electricity flowing through them like regular fuses do. Whether or not regular fuses do that, I don't fucking know. For me, fuses are either generally blown or not blown. But they say that these fuses are really extra special good fuses, and your ECU will be better and you'll make more power. Um, and then they really try to sell it by bringing in Keiichi Tsuchiya into the video with his AE86, and they replace all of his fuses with magical fuses. Um, Actually, let me go back a step. First, they dyno the car when it arrives, and it makes 207 wheel horsepower, which, you know, for an normally aspirated AE86 with a 4 AGE, really good number. Or I think he has like a 7.8. It's a stroker of some sort, but
Right.
that's beside the point. And then they take out all of his fuses and they put in the magical fuses. And then they dyno it again, and it makes like 211 or 212 horsepower.
It makes 4 more.
Yeah, and then they're like, "Oh, well, look, the fuses work." And then they replaced his battery with, I don't know if they did it with like a Magical Fuses branded lithium ion battery, but they put a lithium ion battery in, and then they dynoed the car again, and it made 215. So their whole thing is, look, the car made 7 horsepower because we swapped the battery and fuses. I just want to 7 horsepower
Yes.
on a dyno run is like a rounding error. It's a margin of error. They could have done the next run and it could have made 209.
Yeah.
Like there are so many environmental variables that can change the number just small amounts like that between dyno runs that like there's no way these fuses in a battery are actually affecting how much power is getting to the ground.
No, it's not possible. It's not even remotely possible. Okay. Let me ask you something, because this is actually this is the broader conversation I was talking about. Max Orido is known, if you don't know any better, you'd be like, oh, reputable name, I'll buy his product. In the automotive sphere, he's kind of fucking known to hawk shit. Like, not all of it is total garbage. Like you said, like he has some super parts that he sells. They're just Chinese products that he's done 4 or 5x the price and said, buy it from me instead. Right?
They're nice. They're nice. I'll give him that. Good
So
China product.
Yeah, he's picked out a nice China product. But you could go on AliExpress and buy it for 5 times less price. Yeah?
That's okay. Yeah. If you want to put in the work, yeah.
Yeah. And his friend, Mr. DK, Keiichi Tsuchiha. Why does it feel like all these Japanese legend guys are out and they're like basically selling you snake oil or like scamming you?
I think they just invited Keiichi Tsuchiya and he was just like, fuck it, whatever. I'm just here for a good time.
Yeah. You think they didn't even tell him what they were doing?
Like, that's honestly like the vibe I got from the video. Like I feel like Max called him up and was like, hey, come hang out at the shop. And he was like, all right. And then he showed up and they were like, hey, let's put these magical fuses in your car.
Maybe.
And like the whole methodology around the testing was a bit like they did one dyno run before and one dyno run after. Like realistically, if you wanted to see if they actually made a difference, you'd probably want to do maybe like 5 pulls before and then 5 pulls after, because then you can get an average.
Yeah.
And if over 5 pulls it made, you know, an average of 5 horsepower more per pull before and after the fuses, then like, all right, it's a little bit more legitimate. But no, they were just like one dyno run, old fuses, one dyno run, new fuses. Oh, look, so much more power.
Yeah. What? See, this is what we've talked about like at length for years, right? That Max Orido just hawks like China crap, right? Not a new thing, and it's not a secret, right? It's a lot of most of his parts are like Chinese rebrand crap, like a lot of like especially the 8.6 parts, right? Like there's like, isn't there like hood struts or something that he has that like are just like Chinese hood struts?
I don't even know. Honestly the only thing I know that he has is the Achaea aero parts for the 8.6 and the Supra, and that's just because I like the way they look, because they're like subtle, and I like subtle.
Well, the reason I bring this up is because in the past, like, it's not new that because there is some, while I don't like it, there is some legitimacy to like buying a part in bulk, ensuring its quality, and then selling it to the end consumer. Lots of companies do this. I don't like it. Lots of Japanese companies, lots of American companies, like tuning houses, do this. Not a big deal.
It is what it is at the end of the day.
Right. I think that Magic Fuse... Yes, but Magic Fuse is stepping into the territory of a genuine scam.
It is. They're $130 for the set of fuses.
Yeah. For fuses that should be... How many fuses come in the pack? Like a full set?
I don't fucking know.
Enough for the car. How much would that be if it was a non-magic fuse?
I don't know. Fuses are bucks? Like cents.
Cents, yeah. If you bought them like
probably get 40 fuses for like $10 or $12.
Yeah.
Like, so, fuses are not expensive.
That's why I'm upset about this, because it's stepping into the world of a genuine scam. It's not like, oh, he rebrand. This is a genuine scam. Like, I don't get it. If you were scamming people and you didn't come in, I'd be really upset. But if you did come in, then I would scam them with you, Nick. But I just feel like if for some reason one day we're big automotive influencers and you're like, come to the shop, and I came in with my car, and you're like, check this out, I have this product, let's install it on your car. I'm like, oh, why is there a camera in my face? It feels super disingenuous, like it's strange.
Yeah, like it's just so weirdly, blatantly a scam. Like it's literally called magical fuse. Like what the
It's such a Japaneseism, but at the same time,
it's just called magical fuse, and it comes in like a fucking Joseph and the Technicolor Dreamcoat box.
it's a complete scam. It's like there's stuff from eBay that's more legitimate than this.
The best part is like I'm looking at it on RHD Japan right now, and so you get the fuses and you get a keychain, but then you also get a little like sticker that you can put like on the back of your car or in the door or under the hood or something that says magical fuse equipped car.
No fucking way.
I'm going to post this in our this is hilarious.
Magical fuse. What?
It's like the seal of approval, like you just got rust proofed or something. No, it's magical fuse equipped car.
No, it's the equivalent of having a sticker that says I got scammed. That's what
this looks like something I design in like kid pics in the computer lab when I was growing up, and then you use the bomb tool to make it go away.
Dude, I love that it's magical oh, it's literally magical fuse equipped car in big red letters. You know how I would hide this for the rest of my life. You don't tell anybody that you bought fucking Max Orido's fucking snake oil magic fuses.
I wonder if they sell just the sticker, because I think it'd be funny to buy just the sticker and then just start putting it on people's cars.
Dude, I had the exact fucking thought is, can I buy just the sticker? Because I would absolutely put it on people's windows.
Dyno your car, slap the sticker on it, dyno it again, and see if it makes more power.
Can we please? I really, really hope you can buy the sticker. I know you can't, but I'm going to Google it anyway. Magical fuse sticker. If not, we're just going to make the sticker. Wait. Oh, okay. No, I got so excited for a second. Sorry. I thought it was just a pack of the stickers. I thought it was. That's crazy, man. Yeah, no, I mean, yeah, unfortunately they don't sell. I would love to get like just like 100 magical fuse stickers and just start putting them on people's rear windows without them noticing. It's such nonsense. Like that's literally like Sorry?
Sorry, I'm just amazed at magical fuse equipped car.
Yeah, like it's going to take off shortly. Like what does that mean? Like that's insane. Like because you know how like if you have a like a propane like or an what is the term for like a propane gas car? It's
LPG.
Like LPG. If you have an LPG car, like usually I don't know if it's a law, but like it denotes it on the back of like LPG or like
you propane. Have to have like a
yeah. I really hope that the Japanese government has standardized the use of the magical fuse equipped car.
By law, you need to let people know that you have a magical fuse equipped car.
By law. I fucking hate that.
More dangerous because it's on fire.
Yeah. Why? Like this what we're seeing right now, and I don't think this is in no uncertain terms. What we're seeing right now is like the full dip into scammer territory. This is a scam. Max Orido is now a scammer.
That, like this type of stuff, like it really like it was popular with boomers. They fell for a lot of shit like this. I think we're gonna see it come full circle with Gen Z.
Oh yeah, it's already happening.
Yeah, especially since like they and like generations after are gonna be like their cars are gonna be EVs. Oh, fucking magical fuses. Oh boy.
Magical fuse is gonna be so fucking real.
Wait until you see people's like Facebook or like their like signatures on forums, like Tesla model, I don't know, fucking 7 with the magical fuse kit.
Mod list magical fuses.
That's mod. Yeah.
Dude, I don't know, man. What I'm really, I'll be honest, that's hilarious, but what I'm really we see it over the years, right? All these celebrities that like fucking run out of money. Like Soulja Boy releases the Soulja game console. Like all these random people just start hawking garbage. I've never seen something so blatant as the magical fuse. And it's so the Japanese of just calling it the so how does that make your car faster? Magic. Magic.
God, it gets worse.
Does it?
Look at look at some of these prices for
Okay.
this.
For the magical fuses.
Yes,
Oh my god. What is that? What is this?
I don't know.
Magical fuse sensitivity max. Okay, that's a condom, first of all. Sensitivity max magical fuse nano black full kit for Subaru BRZ. Is
Is
this
this a
an
pedal
ECU
commander?
replace? Oh, shut up.
I feel like this is a pedal commander.
What does it do? Product description. It is a value set of sensitivity max GR86 or BRZ and magical fuse nano black. They're sold as a kit. What is it? What does it do, Max? I have to Google it. I have to. What is this? I've got nothing.
I
I
have
have
no
no
idea.
information. It's a throttle controller. Dude, it's a
There
pedal
you go.
commander. It's a
Bro,
fucking pedal commander.
You can get the JDM magical fuses and the pedal commander.
Oh my god. Dude, it's $1,300.
So for like $16 to $1,700 after shipping and taxes, you can truly have a magical fuse equipped car.
It's the JDM pedal commander. Oh, it's the Rays of pedal commanders.
The Volk racing of pedal
The Volk
commanders is
racing
what we
of
have
pedal
here.
commanders. Oh my god. He's a genuine fucking scammer. What is this? Why does his name carry any credence? He's a loser. That is a loser. Are you serious right now? Dude. Oh my god. If I ever become this, you promise you kill me. You promise to kill me, because that's too much. Max Orido's some sort of NASCAR caught fire. Maybe they finally got him for his magical fuses. Oh, jeez, man.
Selling magical fuses is instant bad karma.
I definitely is. It 100% is. All of this is bad karma. He's literally scamming people. And he's posing with all these race cars, Porsches, and yeah, it makes sense. It makes sense. His FK8. Is this his whole garage? On a t-shirt? Yeah.
Maybe
Oh, I thought it was. No, it's just a bunch of 8.6
he does have a pretty
BRZs.
cool like garage shop
I'm
area
sure.
or whatever.
Funded by magical fuses.
All of his gains from selling magical fuses and Achaea aero parts have come from.
I
And
wish I
Ridox.
had no morals. Dude, his fucking pedal command. I can't believe that after we were talking all that shit about pedal commanders, he has a magical fuse pedal commander. Or it's called a magical pedal commander.
Magical fuse and nano black.
Nano black. Fuck, that's cool. I can't
That
believe
sounds
that.
like, you remember when you used to go into like convenience stores and gas stations and they'd have like the fucking like the weird like powder packets behind the counter that was like, you take this and you'll have a boner for the next 7 days.
Yes. Yeah.
That's
They have them
what
all
this
in the
is.
States. The Rhino pills, the Limitless pills, all that
Yes.
stuff.
That's what this is.
That's what it is. Nano, but the sensitivity. Remember, it says sensitivity, so even more so.
Sensitivity max.
Sensitivity max. Sensitivity Max Orido, apparently. Holy shit. All right. Well, if there's anything you could take away from this episode, please, for the love of God, stop giving Max Orido fucking money. Somebody put him in a home or something. I know it's a little early, but goddamn, man, he's become a full-blown scammer. It's a full-blown scam.
Oh yeah.
Jesus Christ. Oh. How have that? Wait, that literally means that the Japanese and the Chinese have changed places. The Japanese are selling bootleg pedal commanders and magic fuses. The Chinese are producing all the friggin' super parts. What's happening?
Yeah, like I think the Chinese at this point, they've just sort of accepted it. They're like, yeah, we make knockoffs and shit, but it's kind of good. Here you go. I think like Japan's always like, they're very technologically advanced, but they're so old fashioned. So I think they're just behind in this regard, and they're selling the stuff that people were selling in the early to mid 2000s,
Well,
thinking
Max
that it
Orido
works.
is.
Magical fuses and the nano black, max sensitivity.
Max sensitivity. All right.
Pedal commander.
I'm sufficiently depressed. Yeah, Max Orido has literally completely lost any fucking. Oh, forget it. All right. Well, I think that's is that. Did you have anything else for the scams that Max Orido pulls? Because fuck, I didn't.
No. I think we can end it on the magical fuses.
The magical fuses and the sensitivity nano black, whatever the fuck, pedal commander. All right. Well, we appreciate you for swinging by. We're so sorry to burst your bubble about one of your favorite JDM icons, but yeah, we'll be back. Yeah, we'll be back next week. I think we'll be back next week, and hopefully more
Back
interesting
to
things happen.
regularly scheduled programming.
Fuck yeah, dude! I want to try and do something. We're gonna shoot something video. We're gonna film it. You're gonna be excited about it. You'll like it, or you'll
Yeah,
hate it, or we'll be a fucking laughing stock. Who knows?
have some additional content.
Additional content, baby. All right. You know where to find us if you are listening. Follow us on our social media. If you, which is what, just fucking Instagram. If you want to listen to it on Spotify, nobody fucking does that.
Curbrash
Don't do it.
YT.
Yeah, Curbrash YT on Instagram. And stay away from Max Orido. And if he tries to get into your house late at night with magical fuses, tell him that you're not interested.
Yeah, unless you live in Canada, in which case you have to let him in with
Yes,
his magical fuses.
with his magical fuses.